May 30th, 2026, my sister, Ronique Diane Evans, was unalived in Watts, California. Going to a candlelight for her cousin, Aposhe, who was unalived on the 28th. On the 28th, 2 days prior. They did the visual in Watts, California. That's where my little sister and them from. They're from the Jordan Down Projects, up out of the Grape Street, Watts. They were celebrating Aposhe. And this woman, no need to bring her name in it because she's recently turned herself in. She gets into a fight with her mother. Yeah, her mother, the one lady that birthed her, gets into a fight. As they're fighting, whatever's going on, the girl goes and gets a gun and pews in the crowd and hits my sister. Two guys were trying to give my sister, mouth-to-mouth CPR. And my sister had one thing. She said, "Don't let me die. I got kids," while blood was coming out of her mouth. My sister was pronounced unalive at the hospital. Got a call. And they said, "Call you, something going on with your sister." You know, I'm like, this got to be a joke, it's got to be a game, because my sister would never put herself in a situation like that. Like I said, my sister only went out there to celebrate her cousin, and on her father's side. Man, I called the hospital, St. Francis in Compton, California. The guy I spoke to, I asked him, was my sister still here with us? He said no. I immediately broke down in tears because I didn't understand what was going on. I still don't understand what's going on. Shit, it's still fresh. But I know my sister ain't here. I know senseless gun violence is why my sister not here no more. I know her two children was waiting for her to come pick her up, pick them up from my other sister's house. But they'll never be able to see their mother again because senseless violence. This girl was 23 years old. You just lost your life. You know, I promised my mom that I wasn't going to do anything, that I was going to let the authorities do whatever they had to do. But in the back of my mind, I gave them 30 days. It's either y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do, or I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Because you ain't gonna get away with that. And let's just say it was gonna look like Lisa Barrera from Scream 5 or 6 when she got busy. Yeah, it was gonna look like a Scream movie when I was done with her. A little bit about my sister, man. My sister grew up between Watts, California and Long Beach, California, right off there off of 21st and Cerritos. You know, I always protected her my whole life. She was always right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you got a little sister and you just protect her. But not only did I protect her, she protected me. So many situations, you know, growing up young, fighting, you know what I'm saying? One time I ended up fighting a guy and his sister kicked me in the nuts from behind. You know, and the guy ended up getting the best of me. And my sister heard about it, so the next day she came from Watts. And she found that girl in the morning, her and my mama. And my sister put their hands and feet on that girl. You know, I watched my sister, you know what I'm saying, watched my sister grow up, man. Like, that's my baby, that's my sister, man. It's Mookie G, man, Mookie G. You know, now my sister ain't here, bro. Like, my sister didn't deserve that shit. She didn't deserve that at all. And that shit hurt, bro, because my sister was a good person. She did her thing. She wasn't perfect. Who the fuck is perfect? Ain't nobody perfect, homie. But my sister didn't deserve that, dog. She didn't deserve that, my nigga. And for me to sit back and be in the state that I'm at, and this happened in Cali, it hurt bad. Now, like I said, the girl, she turned herself in. That was her best bet. That was her fucking best bet. Because I wouldn't have cared. I didn't give a fuck at this point. Though they are allies over there, at this point, that's my little sister. And I only wanted one hat. And that was hers, because I ain't never getting my sister back. But back to my little sister again, man. My little sister was a go-getter. She got money. You know what I'm saying? She was always a happy person. She was partying. Don't get her wrong. She will whoop your ass if she needed to. That's a fact. Mookie G was not playing, in them hands, they worked. You feel what I'm saying? But besides that, she was a loving person, man. A go-getter, man. She was, you know what I'm saying? She was hurt. Like, asked about her when she went to Vegas. Man, my little sister turned Vegas out. You feel me? She turned Vegas out. My sister was getting her money, and not even in the 304. Like, my little sister was on some, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. Giving acts to the customers, baby. Like, literally, hand over fist getting her paper. You know what I'm saying? For those that know Mookie G, they know Mookie G. You know what I'm saying? But, like I say, man, my sister was just, she was a great person, man. If she loved you, she'd give you the shirt off her back, man. You know, my sister wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, tripping off her too much. Unless you was tripping, then she was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, my sister had to watch her cousin, like I said, on her people's side. You know, she was out there when her cousin, something happened to her cousin, be ill. Not to even speak on Brandon, but, you know, when that situation happened, my sister was there. When Tweeter happened, my sister was there. And I'm saying them because these people, because I'm related to them in a way. You feel what I'm saying? But not to even speak on that, my sister, you know what I'm saying? Like, my sister was in them projects through and through. You know, everybody knew her in Jordandale. Everybody knew Mookie G. You know, I love my little sister, bro. She ain't here no more. That was my best sister, my first, like, my sister, man. Nigga, like, that's me and Mookie G. Like, anything cracking, it's me and my sister, man. I ain't got nobody to call no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying, just chop it up with somebody for hours. You know what I mean? She gone. They took that from me. But, you know, I said this. I said, if God wanted my sister to be here, then God would have saved my sister. He wanted her to do her second life. You know what I'm saying? He wanted her somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to start her new journey. Wherever she is, she's starting her new journey. Her children's still here, and her son look just like her. You know what I'm saying? My nephew and my niece. So, you know, I'm definitely going to be a big part in their life as long as my other brothers and my other sisters. You know, I'm going to be a big part in their life. Because, in a way, my sister's still here to her children. The same way I love her, I'm going to love her children. Because that's all I can do is be there for my sister and her kids. And I'm going to still live life like my sister's still here, bro. Like, because she always going to be with me. You know? Shit is unfortunate what happened. You know, but being in these environments where shit like that take place, you know, my sister, you know, was conscious enough to say, you know what? I got kids, saved my life. But, you know, God called her for a different purpose. So you know, we got the kids, you know, we got the kids. You know, my mom's still here. You know, her father ended up passing away some years ago. You know, my mom is still here. And, you know, we gonna do the best we can. You know, losing a sibling, man, this is my first time around. So, you know, this shit is the most pain I ever felt in my life. And I done lost a lot. You know, the senseless gun violence between us, because it's never the other people that's against us that's taking our lives, it's us. It's always us. And that girl took my sister's life, and now her life is gone. But what she has to deal with is a slow death, because what she's about to go through, it's a fate worse than death. And she deserves every bit of it. This ain't about no street justice or no shit like that. Throw all that shit out. My sister gone, bruh. Rest in peace, Ronnie Diane Evans. Mookie G. And we're gonna celebrate you till I'm gone. Because I'm gonna keep my sister's memory alive, bruh. January 13th on her birthday, I'm gonna celebrate like she would. Her kids, I'm gonna give them the most to them. Because my sister would have did the same for me. But before this is a story that y'all tell, bro, get y'all sisters and y'all families and y'all brothers and y'all mamas out of them situations. Let them know that the hood ain't what it is and what it's supposed to be. You know, like I said, my sister wasn't perfect and she did live a certain type of life. You know, it was kind of hard for her, you know what I'm saying, the life that she chose. But just because we make them decisions, that don't mean that, you know, she deserved to go out like that. Nobody deserves to go out like that. Nobody at all. So I'm on my day number 4 dealing with this shit. And it hurt. That shit hurt. I break down so much, bro. And I try to hold it, but I can't. And I'm 41 years old. And I thought that I would be strong enough for this shit, and I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not strong enough at all. But I'm praying to God that God gives me a way out of this situation. He helps me get better with this shit. You know, with the understanding that my sister's gone. Well, she ain't gone. Because she always gonna be here in my heart and my mind, and I'm always see her. You know, every time I close my eyes, she right there. With that being said, though, I'm gonna get up out of here. Protect your family, man, at all costs. Protect your family.